Hey everyone, continuing this series on with the Anaheim Ducks, the 5 things that I like about Anaheim. Recently I did the San Jose Sharks, and recently I did all of the other divisions, Atlantic, Metro, Central, going through the Pacific now, and on to the next California team, the Anaheim Ducks. Next up is LA. Now, the Anaheim Ducks are kind of one of those teams that seem to face some Canadian teams in the playoffs, and I've noticed from the comments, just from Twitter, just general the hockey universe, there are a lot of Canadians who, if they were going to pick one California team to hate, it's usually Anaheim. Now, I don't fall into that category. I don't hate any team, but they're definitely not one of my favorite teams. But that doesn't mean I don't like things about the Anaheim Ducks, and that's what I'm here to do today, is to tell you the 5 things that I like about the Anaheim Ducks. Number 1, the logo. I think just in general, the team has a collection of some amazing logos, whether it's the current new one, which I think most people dislike, but probably because the original one is just so much better, in my opinion, and the majority of people. But this logo here, it is pretty clever when you actually sit down and you think about it. D for ducks. It makes the outline of a duck foot. It's pretty clever. The colors are nice as well, but the secondary logo here, which has the original logo inside of it, that's where the bread and butter is for me. I really like both, or all, even some other logos that they've used, some tertiary logos. I really like the whole collection of Anaheim Ducks logos, even back when they were the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. So anyways, definitely logo has to be on this list. Number 2, the first California team to win a cup in my era. Yep, we're going back to mid-2000s. I remember watching that series, and I remember thinking at the time how disappointed I was actually that they lost, because I was cheering for the other team, the Ottawa Senators. But I remember also thinking, damn, that's actually pretty cool that a team from California, a very untypical hockey market, won the Stanley Cup. Like, that was pretty big news at the time, and I mean, really kind of started a whole wave of really competitive California teams. Not long after, the LA Kings won their first cup. The San Jose Sharks since then have gotten close a couple of times. And I mean, it's pretty cool for hockey, regardless of what you think about teams being in Arizona, in the desert, or California, or in Texas, or Florida, these markets that aren't typical hockey markets. It's kind of cool that you can see the game grow. And I think that's one of the reasons why I started taking notice of Anaheim, or one of the reasons what I like about Anaheim is that they were kind of the pioneer for the cup. They opened a lot of minds, I think, in Canada and around the United States. So I mean, that's pretty cool. I have to respect that, and that's got to be on my list. Number 3, jerseys. Oh, the Anaheim Ducks have some of the best jerseys in the NHL. Not just like a section of time in the NHL. Pretty consistently in the NHL, they've had some just stellar jerseys, including this one, which is technically their current one, but technically not. It's the Reebok version of their current one. I don't have an Adidas Anaheim jersey, unfortunately, but I do like this one. There's just so many little elements. Like it's not just a typical stripe on the arm. It's angled and it comes around, and there's different levels of the stripe, and then there's just a pinstripe that goes along the front of the shoulders and in the back. There's just a lot of elements of this jersey that I love. And then you have the original Ducks jersey that everyone is just obsessed with, and then the kind of new third jersey that's a throwback to that, and then they've got the orange one. They just have such an amazing collection of jerseys, much like their logos. Just the whole visual elements of the Anaheim Ducks is just fantastic. I love it, and the color combination, orange, black, it just looks good. Number 4, fans. Now, what I'm about to say, I can say this for some teams, but not all. I have genuinely never had a bad interaction with an Anaheim Ducks fan. Like I said, a couple other teams I can say that for, but not all. The Anaheim Ducks is in that category of teams that are still a little bit sacred to me, where I haven't really experienced a fan that I thought was incredibly unreasonable, rude, threw a death threat my way or anything like that, or something crazy. So I have to really respect their fans for always being respectful to me, being kind to me, being nice, and just generally just contributing in the comment section and just being great people. I mean, I'm sure obviously there's bad fans out there for every single team. I just haven't experienced it, so that is definitely something that I relate with the Anaheim Ducks, is that they just have good fans. Number 5, movie history. Now, I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s, but I really grew up in the 90s. And I mean, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. that movie, that series, it was just like, I've seen that movie like over 50 times probably. It was just one of those staple movies that you could always go back to and rewatch and just love it as much as you did the first time you saw it. Yeah, I grew up wanting to be some of the players and some of the people in the movie, and then the team kind of took that on a little bit. And I mean, it's so incredible because there's not that many hockey movies. There's just really like a handful of hockey movies, and of the handful of hockey movies, there's only like a really small child-sized handful of good hockey movies. And the original Mighty Ducks, or the original Anaheim Mighty Ducks movie, is in that small little group of movies. So I love it. It's incredible. If you haven't seen it, what have you been doing with your life? Open your eyes, download the movie, go see it, do whatever you want. Just make sure that you ingest that get that into your life. It's an amazing movie, regardless of the age of the movie. It hasn't aged the best, but it's still pretty good. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please let me know down below in the comment section what the 5 things that you like about the Anaheim Ducks are, and make sure you go watch the other videos as well if you haven't caught those yet. So if you want to save some money, here we go. If you go to coolhockey.com/post-to-post, you can save big on jerseys. So go to coolhockey.com/post-to-post, add whatever jersey you want to your cart, and then use code post-to-post, save you some money. If you are not subscribed, I hope you can hit the subscribe button down below and join me for videos like this in the future and all kinds of other videos as well. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.